listen, baby, yeah.
Hey guys, it's your boy Malik on Fleet 3.0 back at it again with another motherfucking video. And bro, like, let's talk about it. The one ship, I've been making a lot of shipping videos lately. That's crazy. The one ship that everybody felt that they were robbed of was Zuko and Katara. Which, you know what? Honestly, I'm not even mad at it. Usually when people talk about ships that people missed out on, they usually be fucking wrong. Like, look, let's use an example. The My Hero Academia fucking shippers, bro, they be off the fucking rails. You know what I mean? But this one is actually kind of, you know, if it was given more time, could have been possible. Dead ass. Like, let's be real. Like, if it wasn't so, you know, as I get older, I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. Of course I do. You know, I was born in 2001. And I grew up watching this show. And I even rewatched it like 2 years ago on Amazon. And I always thought about it. I was like, why do people always want Zuko and Katara to be together? That makes no sense. But as I think about it, I'm just like, one is opposite attracts. Works every time. But they're not so opposite. It got opposite elements, but like they're deeply connected to each other, right? You know, in some type of way. You know, Zuko was a part of the Fire Nation that killed Katara's mother, the one that she won't shut the fuck up about, you know what I mean? But like, I actually would fuck with this shit, honestly. Like, dead ass, and as I got older and I looked at it, and I'm just like, they could have did that. They dead ass could have did that. But I think the only reason it didn't happen is because they wanted Katara and Aang to be together so bad. Because they had this shit kind of set in stone when Aang and Katara met. Like, that ass, they had that shit set in stone. Aang was crushing on Katara since literally when she broke the ice. No pun intended. Like, seriously, he been crushing on Katara, and then they had their little sweet moments. And it wasn't until season 3, book 3, you know, when it came to the Fire Nation, when Aang almost died and Zuko decided to be on the side of the Team Avatar, that people really started to see this shit, right? Like, that ass. I don't see it wrong. But if Zuko were to turn, even though Zuko's just an amazing character, I would not change anything. I wouldn't change anything about the story. I'm just saying, in hindsight, is if Zuko decided to turn good in like season 2, like, you know, in book 2, and decided to join Team Avatar, then, because he was in book 2, he was having that fucking internal struggle. Book 1, he was hatred, just straight hatred. But book 2, he was in that internal struggle with Uncle Iroh. And in book 3, even though he still had his internal struggle, he knew that he wanted to do for himself and decided to help the Avatar, because you much rather have peace at the end of the day. And like, if he decided to do that in season 2, like if he actually decided to turn and leave back then, I understand. It's because of the dynamic of Katara and Zuko that people are so fucking fascinated about. Like, deadass, when I was looking at the AMVs for Katara and Zuko, I deadass saw a video talking about, or even comments talking about a fucking ship that we never got. We was robbed of. Look, Aang and Katara cute. Don't care. But Zuko and Katara would have been interesting. Like, I'm all about, like, if the authors and the creators decided to not give a single flying fuck about the reception they're going to get for doing certain things, I'm pretty sure this shit would have happened. Or they would have at least had Zuko and Katara date once, break up, then had Katara and Aang get together. Maybe like that's the only way I could think about it. Because if the author still wanted, or the creators still wanted Aang and Katara to be together, then he would and he wanted to spice things up, he would have made Zuko and Katara to get together. And maybe people would shut the fuck up about it. Like that ass. Like people will not get off the creators' asses about this shit, bro. Dead ass. Look this shit up about Zuko and Katara, and people are talking about how they got robbed as a motherfucker. They got bamboozled. Like, nigga, this was never going to happen. It would have been cool if it happened, but it was never going to happen because it was already set in stone that Katara and Aang were going to get together. It was already. They already shared their passionate kisses before. They had their moments. You saw Katara starting to like Aang a little bit more as he got the grasp of being an avatar. Aang was already fucking fiending for Katara. But this was something new. It was something fresh. It was something exciting that people wanted Zuko and Katara to be together. No matter how the paths of the characters did not align enough for them to date or even have some type of relationship. The relationship they got right now, being friends, maybe even best friends, it was earned. Zuko had to earn that shit because he was trying to kill them for like weeks, months. And just for him to suddenly turn a new leaf, she didn't fuck with that shit. And it was things like that. Maybe that's why people were so enticed by it. Is because Katara was the only one. I mean, she was the only one who had a problem with Zuko turning to Team Avatar. Because everybody else, even though they had felt some type of way, they accepted him. They accepted him. Everybody but Katara. And it's something about that. It's just like the good girl and the bad boy. It's something about that people fucking fiend over. And I understand it, but would it have been really good for their characters? Like, would it? Would it have been good for their characters? I'm asking a genuine question. Would Zuko and Katara really date each other? Because the people, and I know for a fact it was because of one scene in particular that everybody is talking about is why this ship even existed. It's because when they were fighting Zula, Katara and fucking Zuko risked his life to save Katara, and Katara used a special water that she only used on Aang to save Zuko. And she felt emotions, like she genuinely felt sad that Zuko may die because of her. Literally the only reason, that's the only, people are grasping at straws just because of that one moment. Just because of that one moment. That's crazy to me. That's all I gotta say. Would it have been good for their characters to actually be in a relationship? Because I tell you what, no, it would not. Maybe it would have worked for like a couple of weeks, but when you dive down on both of their characters, it would never have worked. It would never have worked. I promise you. Even I like this ship. If it actually happened, I'll have no problem. Matter of fact, I also just remember the AMV just showed it. It's that remember that one episode that they were acting, the Fire Nation was acting out the life of Avatar, like what was going on. It was just a filler episode, and it was talking about how Zuko and Katara looked like they could get together. That's also another scene that people were fucking fiending over because of that shit. That's crazy. To be honest, this ship is nice, but I genuinely don't think because of their characters that they would have got together. At most, they would have that brother sister a bond, but they're just friends. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. Zuko, for like a couple episodes when it came to Katara, he felt some type of way because he was like, it's because of me that you lost your mother. Because of the Fire Nation wanted to fucking rule over. That was it. And y'all people are reaching at straws. But that's all for me. This ship is cool. It's good in theory, but in reality, wake up to reality. It's not gonna work. I'm out.